Hey, John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I got this question about blogging. I've talked about this a few times, but I do have a free blogging course out there that you should definitely subscribe to. You can find a link here. Thousands of developers have gone through this. I deliver it all by email, and it'll help you get started if you want to create a successful blog, and you really should if you're a developer. So anyway, I get a lot of questions around this, and I've got a few questions around this topic. I'll read this question here. He says, hi, John. I've got a question that I'm hoping you could talk about in your podcast. By the way, this is from Robert. And he says, I'm trying to be more consistent in my blog. I won't put the blog link here, but if you want me to put your blog link, Robert, just put a comment and then I'll update the description. But I've come to the conclusion that my posts are boring and whiny. I'm wondering if you have any advice or resources on what the tone of a post should be and what types of posts have better success than others. Thanks. Regards, Robert. So this is good. Boring and whiny. It's good that you recognize this, and it might not be true, right? But probably it is if you think it is. So how can you fix this problem? So here's the thing. Writing requires you to find your voice, right? Any kind of thing where any kind of creative activity, whether it be writing or acting or whatever it is, speaking, any of those things require you to find what's called your voice, which is, it's sort of like your true personality, what you actually are, or what you present, like where you feel more comfortable. It's kind of the groove that you fall in that is natural for you, and it's the way that you can express yourself well. And it takes time to find your voice, right? A lot of times, you write something or you do something and it comes off like you feel like it's stuffy or it's whiny, like you said, or boring, and it doesn't have that impact, right? I think even in this format, right, in YouTube, sometimes sometimes you could watch one of my videos and you're like, dang, John knows what he's talking about. Look at he's bringing energy and excitement, and he's got it figured out. And sometimes you might say, wow, I can't even listen to what he's saying. It's just so boring. so boring, John. So but there's, like, what happens is in any kind of creative medium, you have this, you become better at expressing yourself, at finding your true voice, and you get glimpses of it. You'll write something, and like this paragraph in your writing that'll be it. You use that, your personality came through, right? You're like witty and sarcastic, and it was fun, or you have a different kind of personality, and that came through, and you kind of found that voice, but you can't get it again. You try to write again, and you just write, and it's just like old boring shit, right? And you're like, what's going on here? And that's the struggle. That's the creative person's struggle, right? Everyone faces this, and there's one cure to this, right? Hopefully I've been keeping you in suspense. It's how can you solve this problem? So, are you ready for this? The way you solve this problem is you write a lot. You keep doing it, right? The more that you write, the more that you do it, the more that you're going to find that voice, you're going to find that personality, it's going to come out. And you'll notice this if you look at a lot of famous writers, if you look at some of their early works. I was just reading, and it's a really hard read, but Ralph Waldo Emerson. Gosh, when he started out, some of his first essays, he did not have his voice. It was just like all over the place. But as you're reading and watching as the decades progress and he becomes a better writer, he starts to get his voice. Van Gogh, right? I went to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. And when you look at Van Gogh's early stuff, you're like, wow, I could paint this. This is crap, right? It's all proportions are wrong, and then you watch as he just keeps on producing paintings after painting, and he found his voice there, right? He found his style, right? He tried all kinds of different styles, and that's the other thing that you can do. You can experiment. Write a post where, heck, I mean, if you go back, a few YouTube videos or whatever, I did a couple of YouTube videos where I was recording with my iPhone and I was like, fuck, shit, and just trying that, right, to see if that voice would work for me, because I'm expanding, and I found somewhere in, like, that was extreme, but it brought me back in. Now, I'm not going to just spew off profanity, but if I have to a little bit, it's okay, right? It's like I had to find the limits of that, right? So you got to do that. You got to explore different directions, find your limits. Write a blog post that's totally sarcastic, write one that you're trying to be funny, right? And then you're going to find the things that make sense for you, and your audience will connect. When you found the thing that's your voice, you're going to get all kinds of thumbs up. People are going to be like, yes, this is right, this is awesome, right? Or some people are going to say, I hate you. That's also a good sign that you found your voice, because you've evoked emotion. That's the key thing, is you connect with people. That's when you found your voice. So I know I've made this a little bit long, Robert, but I really want to stress the point that you just keep writing and you keep trying things, and it's eventually going to come together. And it's a lifelong process. You're never going to be perfect. You're always going to be getting better and discovering new things about you, and your voice is going to change over time. But hopefully you get those little glimpses where you connected right, and then that encourages you to go on and you keep going. So even though your stuff might seem boring and whiny right now, don't give up. Just keep on trying, keep trying new things, and don't worry. You're going to look silly, you're going to look like an idiot a bunch of times, but then you're eventually going to gel into the right voice, and there's no shortcut to this. So hopefully you find this advice useful, and I'm going to keep reading your blog, and I hope to see you connecting more and more with your voice. If you like this video, if you feel like it could help someone, share it, and definitely subscribe to the channel. Take care.